2 centralized exchanges shut down one right after the other in 1 week. I don't like the speed of that. It is wild. And on top of it, that's 2 big exchanges from which I met both the founders in the past, both OGs. First, it was BitMEX, once an industry giant, the exchange that invented 100x leverage per virtual contracts. At its peak, it did over $1 trillion in trading volume in one single year. They announced they will permanently close on September 23rd. And then, right after that, it was BitMart. They also started an orderly wind down. They are shutting down all operations completely by January 31st next year. 2 decent-sized platforms vanishing in the same week. That makes you pause for a second, right? If you still have funds sitting on an exchange right now, aren't you feeling a little uneasy? Like, is my exchange the next one? So today we are going to talk seriously about this. Which exchange might be the next to run into trouble? And more importantly, how to make sure this kind of thing never touches you again. This isn't fear-mongering, and I'm not trying to create anxiety. This is just the reality that keeps repeating in this industry. Every few years it happens. So it's worth spending a few minutes breaking it down properly. I've lived through Mongox and the FTX collapse. This isn't the first time. I've seen this exact movie play out too many times, just with a different name each time and a different excuse each time. When FTX went down, there was roughly an 8 billion hole in customer funds. Overnight, millions of users had their accounts frozen. When Celsius filed for bankruptcy, more than 4.7 billion of user assets got locked up. A lot of people didn't even realize the platform was already in trouble at the time. Mongox lost between 650,000 and 850,000 bitcoins back in the day. At today's price, that's tens of billions of dollars in losses. Still one of the most painful lessons in crypto history, but it keeps repeating. Now BitMEX and BitMart have joined that list. BitMEX used to be the gold standard of the industry. Their volume, as I was saying, was always at the top of the chart. Almost nobody thought they would end up like this. So why do these platforms that look so strong and that are widely trusted keep falling? The answer is actually simple. We don't need to know why. When your crypto is sitting on an exchange, you don't really own it. That's as easy as that. What you're holding is just a number in their database. The private keys are in the exchange's hands, not yours. As long as that remains true, the risk is always there, no matter how solid the platform looks today. It could be a hack, it could be law enforcement, it could be the founders living with your bags, whatever. Here is the part that really gets me. Bitcoin was created to cut out the middlemen of traditional finance so that every person could actually hold their own money without relying on any institution to custody their assets. Yet, over the years, we've quietly rebuilt a system that feels a lot like the old one, just with a different wrapper. Centered around centralized exchanges, today's exchanges are no longer just trading venues. They offer deposits, lending, stacking, payments, basically everything a bank does packaged into all kinds of attractive yield products. It looks convenient, it is very convenient, and the UX is so smooth. But when something goes wrong, the users are always the ones who pay the price, while the exchange itself, the founders, often get protected first. Beyond the big headline-grabbing collapses, quieter versions of this keep happening every day. Accounts randomly frozen, withdrawal requests stuck for days or weeks, positions forced liquidated with zero warning. These aren't rare events. Some platforms are running this playbook almost daily, it just doesn't make the news. I've personally had funds frozen on exchanges more than once over the years. They are just like other payment processors. Stripe froze my business money too. I see no difference between Stripe and a centralized exchange. Sometimes it was for a few days, sometimes it dragged on for several weeks. The reasons were different every time, but the result was always the same. Your money was no longer under your control. Those experiences made one thing crystal clear for me. No matter how big the platform is, how famous the brand is, or how professional the team looks, anything centralized should never be the place where you park your assets long term. So, of course, we can still try to find ways to actually tell if an exchange is becoming dangerous. If there is a risk, sure, there are 5 practical warning signs. You can check them against any platform you are currently using right now, and don't skip any of them. First, they haven't provided transparent proof of reserves for a long time, and they can't produce independent audit records. When asked, they get vague or evasive. Second, they are heavily pushing high-leverage trading and high-yield products to attract new users, while existing users are finding withdrawals slower and harder. Third, they are facing multiple regulatory investigations or fines, or they are quietly exiting major, tightly regulated markets like the US and Europe. Fourth, complaints about frozen accounts and withdrawal problems are clearly rising on social media and forums, while customer support just keeps giving the runaround. Fifth, trading volume is steadily declining. Their marketing volume is getting louder, like they are rushing to harvest one last wave of users. So if the exchange you are using right now is already hitting any 2 or more of these, I seriously suggest you start moving some of your assets out. Don't wait until everything is confirmed. And these signals aren't me being dramatic. Similar signs showed up before both BitMEX and BitMart announced their closures. Most people just didn't connect the dots at the time. I'm not saying every major exchange is about to blow up. Most platforms still run relatively clean operations, and they are fine for short-term trading, swapping coins or moving money in and out. But the reality is, no centralized platform can guarantee absolute safety. Even the oldest, most compliant exchanges are still just centralized trust nodes. Exchanges are great trading tools. They are convenient. They have deep liquidity, but they were never meant to be the place where you store most of your assets. So, what's the real solution? The answer has been written clearly on the first page of the Bitcoin white paper from day one. Hold your own private keys, what we call self-custody. Over the years, I've moved most of my long-term crypto holdings in my own cold wallets. I only send a small amount to an exchange when I actually need to trade, and I just withdraw it the moment I'm done. I never leave funds sitting on a platform for too long. Getting started with self-custody, sure, it can feel a bit annoying at first. Memorizing passwords, backing up seed phrases, a few extra steps, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually very straightforward. Start with a solid hardware wallet. Carefully back up your seed phrase. Store it somewhere safe and never take a photo of it on your phone. Lately, a lot of people lost their funds because of that. Maybe we'll talk about it in another video later, but if you are holding a larger amount, you can add another layer of security with multi-signature setups. Having watched and participated in this industry in different parts of the world for years, I've seen far too many people lose everything because they left their assets on exchanges long term. That's what made me certain of one thing. Only when the private keys are truly in your own hands do you actually own that crypto. This is the core, the most essential part of decentralization. Not a slogan, it's not just a phrase you say like that sounds good. It's a concrete practice that can actually protect you. And of course, let's be real, self-custody also means you become fully responsible for your own assets. If you lose the seed phrase or the private keys get leaked, nobody can save you. But as long as you follow the basics I just mentioned, proper backups, no follows, no storing them online, this is still by far the safest solution the industry has right now. In 2026, the consolidation and elimination of crypto exchanges is very likely to keep going. That's my humble, certainly correct, modest opinion, but you can act one step ahead of most people. You can protect your assets properly and not wait until the next blow-up happens to feel regret afterward. Take action right now. Pause this video and move the majority of your long-term holdings into your own decentralized wallet. The longer you drag this out, the bigger the risk. Once you've done that, drop a comment saying self-custody enabled, so I know you've taken that step. Thank you for sticking with me through this video. I'm Cédric, someone who believes in the values of decentralization and actually lives it. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.